The market slid again today. Do we have another dip buy on our hands? Or do we have a cycle top confirmed now from the Monday cycle day earlier this week where the market did top out? It is Wednesday, September 24th, 2025. If you guys liked the video, maybe consider giving it a like. Come find me on carnivoretrades.com for swing trading alerts, analysis, and live day trading. We also have the fall sale till next month, October 17th. All the codes, everything are in there for information about that. Anyways, let's get into it here today. So not a great day for me, to be honest. I didn't think we were going to have this much of a decline here. I actually thought we would see a little bit more of a pinning. If you caught the morning video, I was thinking we would just kind of stay in range here. I kind of had today as pegged as a inside sort of bounce day as we wait for GDP and such. However, if you remember, I did call out a level that didn't get there yet, but we were looking at 658 SPY if we saw a decline. And I think that level will get hit. I do think it's a level that the market wants to test here, and there's a couple of reasons for that. One is that if you line it up with the SPX, it's basically 6,600, and that last SPY chart wasn't adjusted for dividends, but we'll just use SPX here. You can see there's a 618 right in that area too, a big belly of support, and that's where the FOMC breakout took place. So I think the market does want to go test that. Tomorrow, I don't know, we'll see. We got GDP and whatnot, and right now, I can tell based on the price action today that like a lot of people have been trying to buy the dip here, looking for that zombie bid, and it has not come so far. It's about 345, so I don't think it's coming before the end of the day here. Again, fresh OPEX cycle, fresh VIX cycle, so the flows here are going to be weaker. You're not going to see the zombie bid as easily, and this is where we look for declines here and pullbacks. And so far, the cycle top, it hit right on the money. We said Monday was the date, and we made a high on Monday, and that was the high. It hasn't made a new high since. So again, it's only been 2 days, but so far, good mean reversions, at least for now. And looking back on this, I mean, this pump here was just like so ignorant. I mean, it really reeks of kind of like exit liquidity, gamma squeezing type deal. So we'll see at this point. I would say short term, bears have the ball as long as we're below. Let's use SPX at 6650. All right, that's short term. And they went on a break 6,600 after that. And again, same thing that we talked about. Actually, I'm just going to use ES here because I like these trend lines a lot, and I like that pivot. This down here, 6620, and that pivot low there, that's your big, like, okay, we're going to have a bigger correction here than just the 20 moving average gets hit, and then we just go melt back up. So those are the big levels that we're going to be watching for later this week moving forward. There's definitely some downside levels priced in for tomorrow. So if we do start to decline off GDP, we could see some 6,600 for instance, one of them. If we get good numbers, maybe it squeezes. So there's that too. But again, there's your line in the sand on the top. Why did the Qs see so much outperformance here, and why was the VIX flat? One, because the Qs outperformed. Two, this is more like 2022 here, right? So it's kind of like a market down, vol down type situation where realized vol is a little suppressed with implied vol higher, but the market can still go down in that. Another reason why we bounced off that area, if you ask me, is there is a pretty good deal of put support there for today at 24.4 on NDX. I usually don't use NDX, but you can look at 593 QQQ, and I was kind of hoping we would tag that. We got really close. I actually closed out some of my QQQ puts. I opened on Friday there for a decent little gain. So that was nice, but it's kind of shrunk now. But you can see 593 was a level we were looking for earlier to hit. And, we got to 593.36, so it was right in that area. So you see a lot of semis, like Micron had earnings, but that came off the lows. TSM, that came off the lows. So some of these tech stocks are kind of helping bid technology back off that level, whereas I don't think they cared as much about SPY or the Russell or the Dow for that matter. They were very weak today. Speaking of TSM, possible, no follow through so far, but you got a possible evening star there. So just careful with that. So anyway, that's what we're looking at for tomorrow. There's the Qs. Yeah, 590 is definitely a level. And IWM was weak here. So, I mean, it went straight into double top. I mean, like, there's really no, I mean, you should not be surprised about this, right? No pullback the whole way up, right? Diamond here down as well. Again, we'll see if that rising wedge wins out. SMH, again, down 45 cents, so nothing horrible there. NVIDIA still remains a little weak, though. IGV, again, a little outside move down there, so that was down 1%. If it loses this pivot, you could make a case for failed breakout. So that might need to see lower prices if that happens. Transports here, flat to lower, nothing horrible there, but this is going to have a move here soon. That's way too coiled. So, all right, bond yields today were higher. And again, it's just funny to me how this narrative is like, oh, rates are going down, the Fed's cutting. Where? They're going up. They've done nothing but go up. It's literally marked the low. So rates continuing higher here. That's not going to be good. And I can guarantee you, if we see 5% on the 30-year and we don't have positive, gamma positive dealer flows, the market's not going to like that. So there's your catalyst for a pullback if there is one. But, oh, what am I talking about? Stocks can't go down. It's never happened. XHP down 44 cents. So still holding the 50. IYR down 79 cents too. XLF holding up pretty well, down 16. Again, still holding that red bar here. And then KRE here, right at that 64 handle right now. So below that, you got to hold the 50. A little weakness. XBD a little weak as well. Oil had a good day. Breakout there. So nice move. XLE was good too, but it came off the high, so no completion of the breakout yet. XOP as well, and OIH, same thing, but it's up. So OIH leading for once. Nat gas, the dollar index, I don't talk about nat gas anymore really. Yeah, nat gas a little higher low there. I don't want to make much out of that. Dollar index here, up 60 cents. Again, I thought the Fed was cutting, guys. That happened. Higher low, breaks back above 98. I can squeeze more. We got gold down quite a bit, and this is why I took a paper cut on earlier. It just blew through 345. There was a pretty good level there, and it just went right through it. Bouncing now towards the end of the day. Just keep an eye on GDX. So I told you guys, watch for the hanging man there. Same thing with GDXJ. So these are getting a little rich here. That said, silver, no real damage. It's down 1%, but no real damage. But again, the miners, when money comes out of the miners, that means money's leaving speculative positions. So just be careful. Platinum pause day, no problems. Palladium pause day, no problems. And copper finally had the big breakout. Finally got to the 480. We've been talking about that for like 2 months. There it is. So nice pop. So people care about copper finally, I can say. I thought we were having deflation. All right, Bitcoin had a nice rebound. I knew they were going to do this too. That's why I hate selling at the lows of the day like that. But yeah, I knew they were going to do some stupid thing during Asia, and then there it is. Nice rebound. So back above 113.2. So short term holding up okay. Ethereum flat though, kind of weak. Still struggling with that level. So careful with Ether here. So market just in a range right now. We got about 8 minutes left. Yeah, there's not going to be of much consequence at this point. But yeah, we'll see what we get tomorrow. We got some GDP numbers and PCE, and then the current PCE on Friday. So it should be fun. So anyways, guys, I'll wrap it up here. And you guys take care. Have a good one. I'll see you guys all tomorrow.